Here, conditional operators are nothing but the ternary operators. If I have A greater than B, question mark, A colon B. What is structure? So here structure is nothing but a collection of heterogeneous element. Here if I consider this example, when I is 4, what I'm going to do? I'm going to exit here. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my question paper discussion session. In this session, I'm going to deal with the question paper of the year 2022. I'm your Revati ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, before going to start with the question paper discussion, let me to discuss the pattern of the question paper as well as weightage of the subject. So dear student, if I consider C programming, we are going to get the question paper only for 60 marks. At the same time, we have practicals. So we are going to have the theory part as well as practicals. 60 marks for theory and 25 marks for practical exam. And if I consider 60 marks, how these 60 marks are divided? And if I consider C program question paper, we have two parts, that is part A and part B. So part A, part B. From part A, only for 45 marks, and part B 15 marks. So total it is 60 marks. And if I consider the number of unit in this subject, we have 3 units. From each unit, I'm going to have 15 marks. So 3 units, 3 into 15, it is 45. So dear student, if I consider question under part A, think that first question in that A, in A, I have first question and second question. So this question is for 6 or 7 or 8 mark. See here, 9, 8 or 7. So total together it is 15 marks. And if I consider B, once again, first question and second question. So these are the questions from your unit 1. And if I consider unit 2, same pattern. If I consider unit 3, same pattern. So how many units we have? We have 3 units. From each unit, I'm going to get 15 marks. So 3 into 15, it is 45. And if I consider part B, so total I have 5 questions. Out of 5, I want to answer any 3. And each question carries 5 marks. So 3 into 5, it is 15. So 45 plus 15, the total marks is 60. And to score 60 marks from this subject is very, very easy. So dear student, let me to start with the question paper now. See here, this is my part A. Answer the following question. So I have 1, 2 and 3. From each unit, I'm going to get one main question. So first unit, second unit, third unit. So this question is from the first unit. So here, see, first question, A in that first question. What is an identifier? Explain the rules to be followed to declare an identifier. So dear student, this question is from chapter 2. I repeat, this question is from chapter 2. And the weightage of the question is 6 marks. First, you have to define what is an identifier. It carries 1 mark and rules carries 5 marks. So, what is an identifier? It's a programming element. Okay, name given to the programming element. In the sense what? How I'm going to identify the programming element. The best example I can consider here is structure name, function name, class name, array name, etc. Then I want to write what are the rules I want to follow while defining identifier. So while defining identifier, I can able to use small letter, that is A to Z, then capital letter A to Z and digit 0 to 9. So this is my first rule. Okay, fine. Then if I consider second rule, what is my second rule? Uppercase letter and lowercase letters are different. For example, if I define the variable sum, okay, see, S is capital letter, U is small letter and M is small letter, and in my program if I use SUM, so it is wrong. So I'm going to get the error. And I cannot start with the digit. For example, 5 sum. So this is also wrong. But I can start with the underscore. Okay, underscore sum. And sum 1. So there is no space between sum 1. So I can able to use underscore. Even while defining identifier, I can able to use n number of character, but compiler is going to consider only 32 character at a time. So these are the certain rules I want to follow while defining an identifier. The next question here is, explain formatted input function with its general syntax and example. So dear student, this is the third chapter. Okay, if I consider first unit, in first unit we have third chapter. So this question comes from third chapter. In the sense what? This question belongs to third chapter. And what's the weightage here? It is 9. So it carries 9 marks. So dear student, if I consider program, okay, I want to read the input at the same time I want to display the output. And how I'm going to read the input from the keyboard and how I'm going to display the output, that is on the monitor. Okay, fine. Now, what is formatted input and output? To read and write, I'm going to use the format specifier. For example, think that if I'm going to read string, so I'm going to specify the format specifier S. If I'm going to read character, then I'm going to specify the format specifier %D. If I'm going to read the number, then %D or %F. For see here, I'm using format specifier. For that reason, it is called formatted input and output. So, input in the sense what? While reading input, if I use format specifier, then it is called input format specifier. While displaying the output, if I use format specifier, then it is called formatted output specifier. So dear student, where I'm going to use this format specifier? In my input statement as well as in my output statement. Then example for input statement is scanf. Okay, fine. Then example for output statement is printf. So according to the question, I want to write the syntax as well as example. Okay, fine. First, I will take input format specifier, scanf. Then I'm going to have the format specifier, comma, address operator, and I'm going to have my variable name. See here, see, I'm going to specify the format. For that reason, it is called formatted input. And while displaying, if I write format specifier, okay, then it is called output format specifier. So these are the syntax. Okay, fine. Now let me to write the example here. Scanf, think that I'm going to use integer. So, 2 integer number, so percentage D, then if I write ampersand A, comma, ampersand B. This is the input for input format specifier, or this is the example for input format specifier. Then, output format specifier, printf, percentage D and percentage D, A, comma, B. So these are the example for format specifier. So dear student, first start with what is format specifier, then write the syntax, then write the example. So this question carries 9 marks. Okay, so dear student, this is the first main. In that, first A. So the question is first main A, and I have 1 and 2. So I can able to answer A, or see here B. In B also I have 2 questions. Okay, either I want to answer first main A part or first main B part. If I consider B, see the question here, explain the classification of data types in C. See here, 9 marks. So this question carries 9 marks. So first start with what is data type. So what is data type here? Data type is nothing but the type of the value. So what type of value I'm going to use in my program, and that is known as data type. If I consider data types are classified into 4 types: primary, then secondary, or derived, or user defined. Okay, then third one, enumeration, and the last one is void data type. So dear student, if I consider primary data type, it's nothing but the built-in data type. So which are the built-in data type I can have here? That is integer data type, used to store whole number, float, used to store fractions, character, used to store single character, and string is used to store collection of character. Then if I consider secondary data types, I'm going to create user-defined data type by using primary data type. For that reason, it is called derived data type. Example for derived data types are union and structure. Okay, then I'm going to have enumerated data type by using enum. Here enum is a keyword used to create enumerated data type. The last data type here is void. So what is void? The name itself indicates that it does not return any value. Okay, when I don't want to return anything, then it is written as void. Now, see, first main, part B, second question, brief on relational, conditional and logical operators with example. So, what is operator? Operators are nothing but the symbols. And if I consider operators, I have logical operator, conditional operator, then arithmetic operator, then I'm going to have relational operator, etc. But according to the question, which are the operators I want to explain? Relational, conditional and logical. So what is a relational operator? It's mainly used to represent the relationship between the operands. See here, I have A and B. Now I want to represent the relationship. In the sense what? A greater than B. A greater than or equal to B. A less than or equal to B. A less than B. Fine. A equal to B or A not equal to B. So this represents the relationship between two variables. So variables are nothing but the operands. So these are the example for relational operators. Then what is logical operator? I want to represent the logical relationship between the variables. Example, A and B. A or B. A or B. So these are the example for logical operator. Then what about conditional operators? Here conditional operators are nothing but the ternary operators. If I have A greater than B, question mark, A colon B, int C. Okay, see here, this is the conditional operator. So conditional operators are nothing but the ternary operator or special operator. See here, if A is greater than B, then it returns A. If A is greater than B, the condition is true, it returns A. If the condition is false, it returns B. Okay, these are the example for conditional operator. Now, dear student, I am going to have second question. So, these are the certain questions are from second unit. See here, write a C program to read three numbers and find the biggest of three. See here, I want to write the program. According to the question, I want to write the program. So, what is the question? Write a program to read three numbers and find the biggest of three numbers. So, let me to take A, B and C. These are the variables. Okay. And what kind of variable? It is integer. Okay, fine. Then, I am going to read the values from the keyboard. Okay, and I am going to compare A is greater than B, A is greater than C. If the condition is true, then I am going to display that A is greater. And next time I am going to check B is greater than A, B is greater than C. If the condition is true, I am going to display that B is greater. Else, obviously it is C. Okay, fine. For this condition, for this logic, I want to write the program. So, first what I want to do, I want to start with the header file. So, hash include stdio.h. Okay, fine. Then, what's my next line? That is void main. Okay, fine. After that, I'm going to have local variable declaration. So, I'll take integer is nothing but the data type A, B and C. Okay, fine. Then, I'm going to use clear screen CLR, yes CR to clear the previous output. Then, I'll start with the printf statement. Printf enter three numbers. So, I want to enter three numbers. I'm going to read from the keyboard. So, I'll write scanf %d, 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 okay, ampersand A, comma, ampersand B, comma, ampersand C. Okay. Now, think that I have read A, B, C value. Now, what I want to do? I want to compare A with B and C. For that, I'll use if condition. If A greater than B and A greater than C. Okay, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then I'm going to printf percentage D is greater. Okay, yeah. Else, I'll write it here. Else, I want to check B. Okay, else, if B greater than A and B greater than C. If this condition is true, what I want to do? I want to print percentage D is greater, okay, then variable B. Else, which is the next option remaining, that is say printf percentage D is greater. See, okay. Then I want to write get ch and close the main function. So this is the code used to read 3 numbers from the keyboard and find the largest of 3. Now, dear student, I am going to have another question, that is, with an example explain if else statement. See here, with the example, I want to explain if else statement, and this question carries 7 marks. Okay, fine. See here, I want to explain if else. Okay, fine. Where we studied? In our second unit, first chapter. So these are the control statements. This is called two-way branching. This is called two-way branching. Okay, fine. Now let me to write the syntax here. If condition, and this is true, I'm going to have statement. Else, I'm going to have statement. In the sense what? If the specified condition is true, so execute true part. If the given condition is false, execute else part. Okay, fine. For this, I want to write the example. For example, say int A equal to 10, B equal to 5. Okay. Now, if A greater than B, the condition is true. So, what I want to do? Printf A is larger. Else, printf B is larger. See, this is the example and this is my syntax. Okay, fine. Now, let me to consider, see, second question and B. In that first question, write a syntax of switch statement with an example. See here, I want to write the syntax with example. Then what is switch statement? When I have multiple option, in that I want to select any one option at a time, then I'll go with the switch statement. So it is multiple selection statement. Okay, fine. Then let me to write the syntax here. First I have switch, it's a keyword. Then I'm going to write the expression. Then start with the flower bracket, case label 1 colon. I'm going to have the statements, then break. case label to, okay, statement break, and it's going to continue. Then at the end, I'm going to have default statement, okay, break, then close. So this is the syntax of switch statement. So I'm going to start with the switch keyword, then I'm going to write the expression. See, I'm going to have the option. Okay, so user can able to select one option at a time. For example, if I select invalid option, I want to inform the client or user that they have selected invalid option. For that reason, I'm going to have the default statement. Okay, fine. For this, now I want to write the example. Think that, okay, I'll take day equal to 2. Day equal to 2. Okay, now I'll write the switch statement. Switch, and what's my expression here? That is nothing but the day. Okay, start with the flower bracket. Case 1 colon, then printf, it is Monday. Okay, fine. After that, I want to exit. So, I'll use break. If it is case 2, so what's the meaning? Print F, it is Tuesday. Then, I want to exit. So, I'm going to write the case up to 7. Because if I consider a week, in a week we have 7 days. Okay, now if I select 8, then it is invalid, right? Because we don't have 8th day in our week. So default, default, printf, invalid day, then break, okay, then close the flower bracket. So according to the question, you have to define what is switch statement, then write the syntax, then write the example. Now the next question here is brief any 4 string handling functions with example. So what is string? String is nothing but the collection of character or group of character is known as string. And if I consider C program provides some built-in function to handle this string. And according to the question, I want to explain any 4 string handling functions. So I'll take strlen. Okay, so what is strlen? It returns the length of the string. So first you have to write the string len function, then write the syntax over syntax strlen. It takes argument. What's the argument here? It is string and it returns length of the string. So int a equal to strlen. Here str is nothing but A, B, C and D. So what's the output? I'm going to get 4. Okay. Then string reverse. Okay. I'll write str reverse. I want to reverse the string. So I want to get the output DCBA. Well, so I'm going to pass str. I'm going to get the output DCBA. String concat. concat, strcat. So what's the meaning? It is mainly used to combine two strings. So I'll take string 1 and string 2. So dear student, while explaining, you have to write the syntax, and for that you have to write the example, and you want to explain any 4 string handling method. Even you can include string comparison. So you can able to compare two string copy. So that is strcp. So what's the meaning? String copy. I'm going to copy the source string to destination string. These are the certain example for string handling function. And see here, third question from third unit. And what's the question? What is a structure? With an example, define a structure. So dear student, what is a structure? Structure is nothing but collection of element. And what kind of element? It is heterogeneous. In the sense what? By using structure, I can able to store different types of element. For example, think that I have name, roll number and mark. Name is nothing but the string, roll number is nothing but the integer, and mark is nothing but the float. See, I have 3 different data types. I want to group all these 3 data types under single name. For that, I'm going to use structure. To create structure, I'll use the keyword struct. And I want to specify the structure name. Okay, so this is, first I'm going to write the syntax, then I'm going to have the variables or fields or data members or data member. Over. Then place the semicolon. Example, I'll write struct student int roll number, then char name of 20, then float m1. Okay, fine. See here, student is nothing but the name of the structure, and these are the data members. Okay, fine. Now, suppose if I want to access these data members in my program, or if I want to access these fields in my program, I want to create the variable for structure. Okay, I want to create the variable of the type structure. And I can able to create the structure variables in 2 ways. One is directly, here I can write stud. So this is the one valid method used to create the structure variable. Other one, inside main function. For example, say I have void main. Inside this, I'll create struct. I want to start with the structure keyword struct, student and stu. Stu. So here stu is nothing but the structure variable. With the help of structure variable, stu dot. So dot operator, I'm going to use the dot operator to access the fields. So this is my structure variable dot, and field name is nothing but the roll number. stu dot m1 or stu dot name. So this is the way I can able to use structure in my program. Now dear student, I'm going to have another question, that is, describe the components of user defined function with an example. So, what is user-defined function? User can able to create their own function and it is called user-defined function. Okay, and what are the components of user-defined function? That is function call, function prototype, function definition. So, which are the components? Function call, function prototype and function definition. So, dear student, I can able to write the function in two ways. One is above the main program and below the main program. For example, if I am going to write the function above the main program, then no need of using prototype. In that situation, I just required function call and function definition. Another scenario, that is, if I write the function below the main program, then I want to use function call, function prototype as well as function definition. Oh, fine. Now, let me to write the syntax here. If I consider function call, okay, name of the function, then parameters. Wow. And one more thing, dear student, please remember here, function name must be same in my function call, function prototype and function definition. And number of parameters, return type must be same. Otherwise, I'm going to get the error message. So, this is my function call. And where I'm going to call the function in my main program. Okay, fine. Then function prototype, that's nothing but the return type. Okay, fine. Then function name and parameter. Over. And put the semicolon. So, this is my function prototype. So, when I am going to use function prototype, when I write the function below the main program, in that situation, I want to inform the compiler that I am going to use the function in my program. Okay. So, these are the return type, these are the function name and these are the parameters. And what about function definition? That is nothing but the body of the function. So, body of the functions are written in my, written in my function definition. See here, I have the return type, function name, parameters, then opening and closing parenthesis. In between, I'm going to write the body of the function. So, this is the syntax. Now, let me to write the example here. See here, I'll start with int add int comma int. So, this is what my function prototype, where I'm going to write above the main program. Then I'll start with the void main. Then I'll take int c equal to add 10, 20. So, here I'm passing 10, 20. Okay. And after executing add function, whatever the output I'm going to get, where I'm going to store in my C. So, I will printf sum equal to %d, C. So, this is my function call. Okay, fine. I'll close the main program. Then I'll start with the function definition. Function definition must include function prototype. So, here return type is integer. Then add is nothing but the function name and it takes two parameters, A, int, B. Okay, so now A holds 10, B holds 20. Now I want to add, so I'll write return A plus B. So what's the meaning? It's going to perform addition operation and it's going to return the value. Okay, and this value is assigned to C. Now I'm going to display the C value. And if you write this much, you can able to score 8 marks. Okay, fine. Now see here, third unit, part B, first question. Mention the advantages and disadvantages of pointer. So first I'll start with the advantages. So it provides direct access to the memory. So we can directly access to the memory. Provides a way to return multiple values. Okay, values to the function. If I want to return multiple values to the function, then I can use pointer. It reduces the storage space as well as complexity. It reduces the execution time. It provides alternative way to access the memory, and pointers can be used to pass the information back and forth between calling function and called function. In the sense what? Pointers are used to pass the information from calling function to called function or called function to calling function. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider the disadvantages of pointers, see here, utilized pointers. So, unutilized pointer might cause segmentation fault. So, what's the meaning here? If I consider pointers, we have type of pointer. Okay. And if I create the pointer and if I didn't use the pointer in my program, then that leads to segmentation fault. Dynamically allocated blocks need to be freed explicitly. For example, if we allocate the block dynamically, then we must have to free the block. Pointers are slower than normal variables. If pointers are updated with incorrect values, then it might lead to memory corruption. So these are the disadvantages of pointer. The last question from part A is, write a C program to read and write the student information using structure. What is structure? So here structure is nothing but a collection of heterogeneous element. So what is heterogeneous element? In the sense we can able to store different kinds of value under same name. To create structure, I'm going to use the keyword struct. It is struct. Okay, fine. Now, I want to create student information. So, what is the name of the structure? I'll give student. Okay, fine. Now, I'll consider roll number, name and marks. Int rn char name of 20. Okay, fine. Then float m1. Okay, fine. Now I want to create the variable. So I'll create stud of 5, because if I want to read 5 student information, I want to create array of structure variable. So I'm going to create array of structure variable. Okay, fine. Then I'll start with the main program. Void main. Okay. I'll start with the printf. Enter student information one by one. Okay, I'll write for loop int I equal to 0, I less than 2, semicolon, I plus plus. So what's the meaning? I'm going to read only 2 student information. Okay, fine. Then scanf percentage. See here, it is roll number, percentage yes. So it is name, percentage F is for mark. Then comma, ampersand, RN. See here, now I want to access the member of the structure with the help of structure variable. So I'll write STUD of I ampersand STUD of I dot RN comma, it's a group of character, so it is string, so no need to use ampersand. I'll write name, okay, comma, ampersand instead of I dot mark 1. Well, close the brace, semicolon, and close the bracket. Okay, fine. Now I want to display the student information one by one. So I'll use the for loop for I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than 2, semicolon, I plus plus. Okay, then I'll display printf name equal to percentage S, it is STUD of I dot name. Okay, fine. Next, I want to display roll number, printf roll NO equal to percentage D, okay, STUD of I dot RN. Okay, fine. Then printf, I want to display the marks, so I'll write M1. It's of type float, so percentage F double quote close comma, then STUD of I dot mark 1. Well, okay, then close the for loop. Okay, see, if the condition is true, I want to execute 3 statements, so I'll write these 3 statements within the flower bracket. Okay, then I'll close the main function. Okay, this is the program used to display student information by using structure. At the same time, you have to write the output of this program. So, dear student, scoring 45 marks from part A is very, very easy. You have to concentrate. At the same time, you have to do the hard work. Now, if I consider part B, under part B, I'm going to get 5 questions. How many questions? 5 questions. Out of 5, I want to answer any 3 and each question carries 5 marks. 5 into 3, it is 15. So, it is 4th one. Okay, from 4th question, I'm going to get 5 questions. Under 4th question, I'm going to get 5 questions. Out of 5, I want to answer any 3. See here, explain special operators in C. So, this question is from Unit 1 and the mark allotted here is 5 mark. So, what is special operator? C supports some special operators. For example, star, it's a special operator. It's used to create pointer. Dot, it's a special operator used to access structure member. Size of, it's a special operator used to receive the memory size. Okay, used to display the size of the memory. Okay, if I write ternary operator, A greater than B, question mark, A colon B. This is also special operators. Ampersand. So, this is address operator. These are the special operators. So, dear student, you have to explain any 3 to 4 special operators with example. Okay, fine. The next question here is differentiate break and continue statement with example. And it carries 5 marks. This question is from second unit. So, what is break and what is continue? Break in the sense what? I want to break the block. In the sense, okay, during the execution of the program, I want to quit from the particular block. And where I am going to use break statement in my for loop or in my switch statement. So, I just want to exit or come out from that block of code, not from entire program. See here, okay, see here, I'll write the example for I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than 5, semicolon, I plus plus. So, this is the program used to find the sum of natural number. Okay, if I equal to 4, what's going to happen? What I'm going to do? I'm going to break. Okay, if I equal to 4, I'm going to exit. Else, what I will do? I'm going to perform summation. Sum equal to sum plus I. Okay, I'm going to exit. Oh, so this is the code for break. Then what about continue? During the execution of the program, if I want to skip any iteration, then I'm going to use continue statement. It's mainly used to skip the iteration. Okay, fine. For I equal to 0, I less than 10, semicolon, I plus plus. Okay, fine. If I equal to 5, what I want to do? I just want to skip the 5th iteration. So, I'll write continue. Okay. Then I'll write printf %d. I'll write I. So, I'm going to print. Okay, if this is true, what I want to do? I want to continue in the sense what? I want to continue the iteration. Otherwise, what I want to do? I want to display the I value. Okay, so here if I consider this example when I is 4, what I'm going to do? I'm going to exit here. But if I consider continue when I equal to 4, I'm just going to skip the 5th iteration. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider next question, write a C program to check the given number as prime or not. This is a program used to check the given number as prime or not. So, dear student, if I consider prime number, what is prime number? A number that is divisible by 1 and same number. Okay, fine. 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, then 11, 7, 13, these are the example for prime number. Okay, then what about non-prime number? The number which is divisible by other number. Okay, For this, I want to write the program. So I'll start with the program. So I'll start with the header file, then main program. I have N, I, M and flag. So I'm going to set the flag. See here, I'm going to enter the number. Okay, for example, say it is 9. I'm going to read 9. Now, M equal to N divided by 2. So, 9 divided by 2, what's the answer I'm going to get? It is 4. I equal to 2. I is 2 less than or equal to 4. Over. The condition is true. Now, if N is 9, 9 divided by 2. So, I am going to divide 9 by 2. 9. 2 4s are 8. 1 remainder. Okay. So, if it is equal to 0, then it is not a prime number. Over. See here. It is not a prime number. Then flag equal to 1. Over. So, now I is incremented by 1. Now I is 3. So, 9 divided by 3. 3 3s are 9. So, my remainder is 0. So, here it is 0. See here. If flag equal to 0 in the sense what? The given number is prime. If flag is 1, then it is not a prime number. Okay. So, when I divide any number, I want to get the remainder 0. Then it is treated as prime number. So, what is prime number? The number which is divisible by same number and 1 is known as prime number. And this is the code. Okay, fine. If I consider the next question, describe type of arrays with example. So, what is array? Array is nothing but the collection of homogeneous element. In the sense what? Same kind of element, and that is grouped under same name. So, all the elements are grouped under same name and all the elements are stored in the continuous memory allocation. And if I consider array, there are two types of array, single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Okay, if I consider single dimensional array, what's the meaning? To access array element, I'm going to use single index or single subscript. And to access element, if I use two index or two indices, then it is known as two-dimensional array. So, I'm going to have single dimensional array and I'm going to have two-dimensional array. Okay, fine. How to create single dimensional array? First, I want to write the data type, then array name. Okay. Specify the size of the array. So, this is the size of the array. So, this is example for single dimensional. If I consider 2D, two-dimensional int a of 2, 2. So, what's the meaning? It is matrix representation. Two-dimensional arrays are example for matrix. So, it is 2 row and 2 column. So, 2 row and 2 column. This is for single dimensional and this is for multi-dimensional. These are the example. So, dear student, first start with what is an array, then write the syntax for single dimensional array, then write the example. And write the example for two-dimensional array and syntax. So, it carries 5 marks. Scoring 5 marks from this question is very easy. And the last question here is, explain call by values with an example program. So, dear student, this question is from 3rd unit and the chapter name here is user defined function. In user defined function, we have studied what is function call. If I consider function call, there are two types of function call by value and call by reference. So, in call by value, I am going to pass the value. Then what about call by reference? I'm going to pass the address. So here call by value is known as pass by value. Call by reference is known as pass by reference. Now, according to this program, I want to write the example. So I'll consider same example. Int add int comma int. Okay, so this is my function prototype. Then I'll start with the void main. Okay, then I'll start with the printf sum of two numbers equal to %d. Okay, here only I'm going to call add function and I'm going to pass the value 10, 20. And I'll close this one. This is my main program. Now I'm going to write function definition int add int a int b. Now I'll write return a plus b and close the flower bracket. So this is the example program for call by value. So here I'm just passing the value. See here, if I pass a and b, these are also example for call by value. I'm just passing the value. Okay, this value is received by the parameter which is present in my function definition. Now a holds 10, b holds 20. After that, what I'm going to do? I'm going to add 10 and 20 and I'm going to return the value. Okay, so that I can able to print the value. This is the example program for call by value. So dear student, if I consider this question paper and if I see the questions, all the questions are very, very easy and simple questions. And to score full marks under this subject is very, very easy. Anyway, dear student, thank you for watching my sessions and thank you for supporting me. Anyway, let's meet in the next semester with some other subject. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.